what do you like to do with Nunu? What kind of clear is your thing?
Yeah, so normally I check the jungle matchup. If it's a very strong early game jungler, Olaf or Elise or something like that, I try to start opposite them because I don't want to get into that fight with them, and I'm pretty sure they're going to invade me. In this case, though, I looked at our comp and I decided I had a game with what's her name, Camille. The game before this, the game before this, I had a Camille, and Camille is miserable to gank as Nunu, or
it's miserable to gank as many people. Don't worry.
Yeah, and so I decided I didn't want to start bottom and path top to gank her. I decided I wanted to start top and then sequence my way bottom and then gank to get the Twitch ahead. And so that's the reason I started top here. And then you've been mentioning a lot about Korean jungling strategy where you put down everything to go gank.
Yeah.
and then reward yourself with camps. And so I've been trying to do that a lot. And that's been helping a lot.
Good. I'm glad you know. I think you are this. Both of you today mentioned the Korean strategies on the main channel that I've been talking about, which is good because I feel like it's a more pure sense of jungling. Like, what is our purpose? Right. And a lot of times, if you're an AFK farming jungler, you should be punished. But in NA specifically, it isn't. In EUS, it isn't to a degree as well. But obviously, there is that'd be a really interesting discussion strategically. But I liked that you went. I was like, okay, so what's he gonna do? And you went red into Krugs, and I thought, hey, why is he? He's going for the level 2, and I thought that's a really good way of dealing with a Camille, especially seeing as top laners very often love to push for that level 2 in this elo. They don't concern themselves with jungle timings, and even if they do, she missed anyway. Yeah, I like that. It was a great move, and also you run into this guy.
Yeah. So now I know he started top. I thought that he would have. So normally I try to ward their blue if I'm starting top side to get information. This time I saw him in the river. That doesn't happen very often, at least in the games that I've played. So I ended up rewarding try, but I thought he would back and then start red like everyone else does. So this was a surprise to see him here.
He actually did red into buff, into blue, into gromp. He just did a standard,
Okay.
He did.
Perfect.
He's
just faster than I am.
Well, this is the thing. So if you're gonna run into a volley, a Jarvan, as in things like that love buff gromp into gank, 245 is your typical time zone where you would expect him to show in a lane, approximately, or invade you with a buff. Now, if you were anything but Nunu, and you did a 4-camp in a clear, I've got a nice bear surprise for you in this bush. You're dead. Thank you for the red buff. Good night. If it's an Elise, Twitch chat, everyone, just FYI, an Elise can do this in like 2:30. You know, Elise is already here. So she's very, very quick, which is why, you know, she's liked in high elo and pro play. So just, if you see this guy, 12 CS, with double buffs, you know it's just buff gromp and it's 245. It's classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's something I need to work on is tabbing and checking CS for camp counts, because I'm not very good at that.
I liked your defensive pathing with the assumption that he's going to invade you. I think you should have been a bit more concerned about the fact that he's going to gank.
Yeah. I figured they saw him on the mini-map because I saw him. That was probably a little bit...
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. No. No. If you think they saw something on the map that you then pinged, nah.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
You should be here. I mean, you could charge a snowball. Okay, you go 1 second. About to. You could begin to charge a snowball anyway, just to roll it down for the counter gank. You know?
Right.
You could maximize this. But I don't think you should be... Like, how confident are you with Phase Rush running into a Jarvan level 3? Do you think you can escape?
I definitely think I can escape. Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely can't fight him, but...
No, you're Nunu. This is not your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should have been looking for this.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm sitting in this bush, I'm waiting, I'm looking to see the Jarvan. As soon as I do, I'm charging my snowball, I'm gonna get ready for that drift, like the boss and Scion, except we're Nunu, and we just go around the wall and we get kills. But the Silas, I mean, like, you could be here already.
Right.
You know?
I get lucky here.
Yes.
With this kill. Very lucky.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta slow that down. Ready, Twitch chat? Here we go. Here we go. Blind. Yeah, I don't know why people do that, but yeah. It's good that you rotated immediately. Right. Here is where things deviate a little bit. Okay, good, good. Very good, Nunu. Like, your mindset is perfect for this champion.
Okay, perfect.
You're at everything you've told me so far, the way you played it, your early game, you're on the right champion. Keep it up. However, I think I'd be much more greedy. Not greedy, but why do we go back up to Raptors? Okay, so let's look at the vision. Okay, I know you go up here, right?
I do.
So it's there. Now, it's obviously difficult in the moment to say, right, where is the minion wave? Where is the vision ending? But at the same time, does it matter all that much? No. Why? Because this crab's going to be spawning in now.
Right.
I'm thinking double crab straight up. I'm not
Would
thinking
you
about
start
this.
top side, bottom side? Because we know that Jarvan is dead. So I guess I didn't realize he 3 camp cleared, so that was my mistake. And so I should have realized he was probably going to go bot side because he has more camps up. So it would have been bot crab into top crab?
You couldn't go up here, but then you have to ask yourself the question. If you go up here, and they see you go up here, and then you decide, hey, I'm going to gank the Camille again, right?
Oh.
Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe you want to do this. What else is there for you to do? There's no Gromp. There's no Krugs. There's just a few level 1 camps. And if you do that and they see you, the Jarvan is just going to go here and take your blue, take this, gank bottom lane. You're giving up control. I think you should go straight to the bottom, Crab.
Okay.
But you can do it by walking back out and down.
Okay.
I put it in
the
Discord
answer
as
to
well.
your earlier question of why did I go Raptors? That ever so joyful camp sequencing that we love, right?
So there's camp sequencing, and then there's quadrant clearing, and priorities need to. In the hierarchy of what we do, they do not come 1 and 2, especially with the Korean style. If you're playing Karthus and Graves and so on, sure. But my point more is the following: what if, right? Because this guy obviously has TP. What if he didn't have TP? What if now he was walking back out? I mean, he was at your inhibitor. What if this bottom lane were proactive? Okay? And now you run into Jarvan and you have to fight over this, but you just have to give it up. And they decide, unlikely in silver, but they decide to invade you at your blue as well. You're kind of screwed, right?
Sure. No.
So the reasoning for me is just to get the crab, make sure it's gone, move on up, control my jungle, and then you can sort of reassess. Or take the crab, in this case, gank.
Yep.
You know? And you can do all that before the Jarvan even shows up. But the Jarvan is off the map. What can we do while he's off the map? That not only gets us ahead, gets our Twitch ahead, like you said, but also denies him the ability to make a play. And sort of by doing the Raptors and then going down, you've cleared the quadrant, but the quadrant isn't sequenced. Because your Raptors are going to be up at 4 minutes or so, because you took them immediately after red. These are only going to be up, at 5, let's say 5:30?
Yep.
So you're not even going to have a nice sequence anyway. Whereas if you just go down to the scuttle, and things happen, doesn't matter what, you go back to base, and now you want a sequence. Oh, you're going to have Krugs and Raptors up, potentially a crab to go to first. So I feel like
I see. Okay.
that 15 to 20 seconds gives you the ability to take this, and it's safe for practice because you're not always going to have the lanes rotate and help you, right?
Right.
So many things.
More often than not, they don't rotate.
Yeah. Someone says, so many things to pay attention to. Yeah. And now, normally I wouldn't sort of just dish it out sort of like that, but Luminous has shown to have a good head, so I feel like
that.
If you mention...
No, this is the kind of stuff that I like, so I appreciate that level.
Because sometimes it's not always decisions and stuff. It's unfortunate. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we could have avoided this and then just 3v2'd them bottom lane, and we wouldn't be having this shenanigans. And I'm saying that now before it shows up, because we don't want to make our strategies based upon the results. Which, for some reason, people accuse me of, even though I always state that I hate that. Anyway, so you get a kill, but that doesn't mean it was always the right decision.
Right. So what I should have done is I should have done bottom crab, look to gank because bot side was pushed up.
Yeah.
From there, now we have prio and bot. we probably have Prio in mid because he seems to be doing fairly well, and now we can jungle or take any actions we need to do.
Well, yeah, because you'd be fine on mana. Now you can take your blue grump. Wolves, there's a school of thought that would say maybe you could look then to go to the top crab, but I think at that point you'd have to consider giving it up just to reset. But I'm trying to avoid putting you in these situations. You see this? Like, if this guy doesn't have TP or has used it already, you're currently by yourself.
Right.
You would just give buffs and deaths to the enemy bottom lane. Your bottom lane is not in a position to help you. And so because you delayed it for the Raptor camp, you're now sandwiched. And now you get a kill, okay, and you disengage. One, because Silas has done a very good job so far, and two, because you're Nunu.
Right.
Okay? However, I like that you went for the crab, and immediately once you lost it, immediately once you were kited, collapsed upon, you kited upwards, away from the danger, and then you went straight to this crab. That was very good. I don't think we needed to smite. Time is back timing. I mean, he wasn't alive. There's no ways he gets here.
Right. No, that's fair.
Yeah. And also at the same time, because you did that, it just wastes bottom lane time, huh? Like, they rotate all the way up, and your bottom lane is like, oh, thank you. Like, that's as good as a gank. That's as good as a gank for them. It gives them experience, denies, lets them maybe reset if they need to. So this is very good. Now he's ahead in CS now by 2. So if he was behind, you've just given them a gift. So that's very good. What do you want to do now?
At this point, I still haven't backed. I don't know how much gold I'm sitting on. Probably 1,500. Probably enough for a Bomby Cinder.
1237. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what I think I probably should have done is backed. I don't remember what I did do. Because I don't know where he is. We just killed him, so he's coming back. He could go topside because I know his camps should all be up. So yeah, I think I should back.
I think the logical thing is, if, for example, you had done what I said and you were in the same situation, which doesn't always happen, but I like to throw out the ifs because I think it's very rare you have the same game ever. But if your Raptors were up here, now you could say, right, listen, top's going back. Whoa. He's giga low. We're getting to this in a second. Top's going back. Maybe Camille's full HP. I don't really feel like invading his blue side. I can just do Raptors, Krugs, reset, and now you can go gank first on the bottom lane. Gank first, and then fall back and clear your camps and so on. So I think that's the right read. On the other hand, this is a very low Camille.
Yeah. But her stupid chains.
Yeah,
but stupidest. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
She has no flash, no TP, and you have phase rush plus E. Fair. I would hypothesize she's gonna E before your W expires. So if you drift well, I think you get her.
Okay.
But I think we should be looking for this. This is cleanup. This is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even realize I missed that.
Yeah, that's
until
the thing.
You just showed me that now.
Yeah, that's what the Nunu likes, huh? This is your territory. That water walking. Wait, we didn't look at your runes. You should be on water walking. Yeah, you're running phase rush. Whoa, look at it. Alacrity. I like it. The guy in Discord won't like it, but you know, I like the aggression. So I think here you can talk about. Yeah, I think domination secondary is pretty standard. I think here, yes, you're right. The Jarvan in theory should say, right, I got this. I died. Sad face. Let me go topside and try to get this crab. He should have seen you go topside and assume it's dead. At the same time, Jarvan has level 1 camps on the bottom side. He should know you have blue, etc. up. So if I'm the Jarvan, or someone or the Jarvan's a good player, he could potentially just go directly to your blue knowing you're topside. Especially if you show here, which you would. Like 99% of the time, if you see this, you go up to kill them, right? With no blue still. So the Jarvan should have control over this blue and this grump into a gank in the bottom lane. That's just a side note about what he could be looking to do. Secondly, he could also look to go for the crab and his second tier grump, which should be level 4, right? So I feel like instead of just going down for no reason, we could think about cleaning up top lane. If Camille's full HP and it doesn't look doable, let's go into his jungle. Let's hit this plant. Let's see what's up. Let's get some vision down. You got a warding totem. Let's take his grump. Right? That's juicy level 4 grump as well. And you're level 3, so that's, while you don't get catch-up experience, it's the Julap is tasty. And yes, everyone, that is a Julap, or Dulap, I guess you would say. Yeah, he's a frog. So, yeah, I think you should think about that.
Okay.
I'm curious to see where you're going.
I think now I remember what I do. I think I
Taxation.
say YOLO, yep, jungle tax, and then I show myself on the map, which I know I shouldn't do, and I go to clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
This is where things yeah, this is where I think the early game deviates to what it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of the gold platinum dream, which I assume it is.
Yep.
You know, I think we've got here sadness. Because the Java goes down, right? But you don't know he's gone down exactly. You don't know exactly where he is. Which is my point for, if the Camille isn't killable, just getting this ward and this vision plant out of the way. So you get the Grump and you get to know where he isn't. So if he isn't here, where is he? He must be bottom side. What lane is pushing? Twitch. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So let's communicate and ping that. And now because you walked through mid lane, right? If I'm blue team and I see this, and again, I don't think they did. Yeah, they have the what's this called?
The shrine? The
shrine, thank you very much. You could still go around it and potentially look for something, but they're pushed up. I don't think anything's going to happen. But essentially, your decision isn't being punished because of the elo, but against a good jungler, it will be. So, worth keeping in mind. Because at this point, as you say, you had a lot of gold. I mean, why take the blue now? You're not going to get any value.
Right.
Because you're going to take it, and you see here, like this fight. So you talked about the Koreans, let's go.
Uh-huh.
Go, 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 go.
So here we go.
Yeah.
I think I was waiting for W. Maybe I wasn't waiting for W to come up, but I don't remember.
Hey, hitbox, OP.
Yeah.
Get the E, get the E. Careful, 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 careful. Okay. So, unfortunately, I think phase rush screwed you. You walked in and out of it. You were too quick. But I liked that. It's just, you know, it's 6 minutes in the game. We haven't been back yet, so. Yeah. Your extension plays are good, but it's the question of should we be there or not.
Let's ignore how long I take here, too, to buy all my items.
Yeah, I don't like to revisit all the time. I assume most people that coach or watch my content know straight up to wait on the step and be quick, but I'll assume you know. Nice TP here by the Silas. Slow by the Yumi, hits the E, misses his Q, but he gets the auto, so it's good. What do you want to accomplish now?
Dragon's up.
Is this?
I want it.
Do you?
I do. So I just saw Misfortune go to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do I? Yeah.
how
that's
much?
A fair point.
How much do you want it?
Not as much as Grump. Not as much as like 2 hits.
Everyone loves the Grump. Lord Grumpulus Rivington. Ribbington? Grumpington.
Grump. Do we have a name for Grump?
Yeah, no, he has a name. Lord Grumpulus Rivington, I think it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, you know, we hit Grump and then you realize, wait a second, objective because bot's dead. They're gonna reset. Very nice. If you were an aggro jungler, just as an FYI, you can always walk into the red and take it. But again, the bot lane is out, yours isn't, so I think it's smarter just to sequence upwards. And now your sequencing is beautiful. Grump, Wolves, Raptors, Red. Into a straight Herald.
Yep.
There you go. Objective control.
Ward first, yeah. So I actually had a question about this. So I didn't know where Jarvan was before I took the Herald. This I thought was a very risky play. That's why I pink warded. You don't think so?
No. This guy doesn't know which way's up.
Okay.
I'm not concerned about the Jarvan. We've seen him one time in the river, one time in the gank. He flashed blindly and died. He died for a scuttle. I mean, I know we like to meme about it, guys, but we don't really want to die for scuttles. And then he hasn't really done anything since.
Okay.
And he's gone Tiamat.
Yeah.
So I think I probably, realistically, in my own mind, would not have gone straight to the Herald unless I knew full well that I had total mid lane prio. Because the Twisted Fate is ult. So, in terms of the play overall, it would be on a set of conditions. I think, normally I would look to do this, and if Camille was here, lane gank it. And then follow that up with an invade and a Herald. That's more high elo though, right? In your case here, I would only do this. There's no wards, that's great. If I knew where the mid laner was, and I could track him.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm worried about the Jarvan. How confident are you fighting the Jarvan at this point? Should be fine.
Fairly, yeah.
Yeah. So if he
confident.
comes, no problem. Do you have prior mid, top lane? Yes.
Yes.
Do we have a really strong mid laner who's 5-0? Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm comfortable. And you've also got nice wards here. It sucks if you walk through here, which is why warding totem is useful, but no, I think it's fine. But I would kite it up a bit more to the Garen, but
Okay.
just to be safe, but I think it's fine. See, here's a little bit of waffling. I can see you want to counter jungle, but you seem a bit afraid.
Yeah, I played Wukong for a hot second, and my goal there was to learn to counter jungle and to learn to invade, and it was going great for the like 5 seconds I did it.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I just switched back to Nunu, and here we are.
No, but that's good. So while you're doing this, you don't really need to pay much attention. You can watch this trade. You should be watching this. This is not my concern. You can just look at this on the minimap. But I would watch this very carefully, because if your Sylas loses and he has ult, and you caught low with your pants down, it can be rough. So here I'm watching this trade while I'm doing Herald. Okay, you see the flash. This should be something you notice. Okay?
Yep.
And now that he's done that, you should feel very confident about potentially elevating the game state with the Sylas.
Yeah.
By that I mean using Herald mid lane.
Yeah, I'm about to do something very stupid.
Okay.
I think. So I waffle.
That's good too. But don't use the top lane.
Yeah, that's the... Yep. Yep. I know. I knew it was the wrong move the second I dropped it. I normally try to find a tower that has 2 plates or 3 plates.
Yeah,
and go to
ideally,
that lane, try to get a gank.
Yeah, ideally.
This was just brain fart.
Yeah, I agree. You know what the job fin is now, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true.
And you got to kill.
I gained
information. So, you're staying out here. I assume the logic behind it would be, hey, I need a little bit more gold. Was that the logic? Or was it just, I want Krugs?
No, I mean, your version sounds way better than what probably happened. It was probably that I wanted Krugs.
Okay. Because what happens is, I think you should have enough gold here for 2 control wards at 2k.
Yeah.
Yep. But I don't think you necessarily need it. He's going to take these, and I think at this point, I don't mind. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So that's unfortunate. I think we could have made it play mid lane to feed the Sylas more.
Okay.
Because
so just straight out of base into mid?
No, I mean like from Herald to the mid to mid.
Oh, okay.
Feed this guy. Juice him. Because every time you give him more gold, every time he does things that are good, you're multiplying his influence. And he's already shown himself to be macro aware, which is not something we should take lightly in your elo. And he's TP'd for a kill on the misfortune. For you, this is just like, wow, can we duo, my friend? Mr. WV, etc.
Good name.
Great, very creative. Again, I don't think we need to do the... Okay, so let's assess this. You want to gank bottom lane.
I see them pushed up. Right.
Okay.
I see them pushed up.
Yeah, you explain.
So I see blue. I mean, so they're not pushed up yet, right? So I decided to take blue first. I'm watching bot lane while I'm taking blue, which is why I'm standing still so much.
Okay.
I'm waiting for this. I think they go in slightly before my blue is dead, but, you know, I'm already there and I don't believe in the sunk cost fallacy. So I finish blue and then I head down.
This is not a part of my core beliefs. Yeah.
Here I get greedy. I should have gone for the, what's his bucket?
Vel'Koz?
The squid. Thank you. That's his name.
Sushi, yeah.
I should have gone for Vel'Koz.
Yeah.
Because I think that ends up killing me and showing us again why Sylas is the best.
why Sylas is... here we go. Okay,
yeah.
we will rewind. That's what's difficult to say. Which is why you want to juice this guy, right?
Yeah.
Because... Oh, dear me. Okay. There's a less than polite way of saying GLP, but he used it. Yeah, so I think here 100% you're correct. Waiting for the wave to push up a bit more, especially if it's warded, gives you more room to work with. So that's good reasoning. I think here, as soon as she... I think you got to change CC this guy.
Yeah.
100%. And I don't think you need to use your E on him at all. But at least he'd be dead now. But at the same time, I see what you're trying to do. Like, you see that he's dead. So you want to go on the misfortune, but you split your focus, so your drift died.
Right. Right.
I think at this point you could simply very easily just snowball, just go onto the misfortune. Get a full combo.
Okay.
He flashes though, which is the only unfortunate part. So that plays into the when you have these fights, you must know sums as best as possible. Again, if you're not looking around the map enough, you're not going to catch those things because they're not going to communicate it to you.
Right.
So I think.
So I try to play the way you talk about, which is staring down at the mini map 99% of the time.
Well, or it's better with F keys, but I'm old, so.
I am actually, I think I'm 2 years older than you, if it makes you feel better. So I also have the Pepe hands.
30 club.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Yeah, no, I think you made the right move if you assume that the Valkaz has no flash, but it's sort of this Nunu supporting style jungler. Now, I'm going to tell you 1000%, if I'm not Nunu and I'm Zyra, I am going to E the Misfortune, and I'm just going to QW the Valkaz, which would kill the Valkaz. I'd split it, right? But the worst thing you can do is split your own snowball here. I think you just had to go straight onto the Misfortune, and you could have easily turned back onto the Valkaz as necessary. Because you want to give the kill to the Twitch. I understand that as a supportive jungler, you're not trying to KS it. So that's also in your mind. But yeah, I think that's... The only issue was you didn't commit the snowball to one or the other, which means you kind of throw your E out blindly, and then you miss your ult, and that kind of screws you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she turns on ults. So that's a very much, hey, do we know the summoner spell status? But yeah, at least Silas DPs.
Yep.
That's a mechanical fight. The decision was good. That's a mechanical fight. The decision was good.
Okay.
But that's what the misdirected intent, right?
Right.
Yeah, like you look like you're gonna go on the Valkaz, but you go on the Misfortune, and that's how you can burn sums and things like that as well. But okay.
So now Dragon's coming up.
So we should go straight
So I'm
there.
heading down. Yep.
But the only issue I have is we don't have the Yuumi now.
Right.
So I'm concerned about forcing this dragon without our Yuumi. So I think in this case I would probably look to do Grom. You could justify just sequencing down, but the Twitch has a shoved wave. So I'm trying to think in silver terms here. I wouldn't do what you do though.
Yeah.
Like this is just total greed because you don't have the Yuumi. You know? You could very easily do your wolves into your Gromp. He just has to handle his wave. It's just, it is what it is. He could rotate to try and do whatever he wants to do. But you very easily wolf, Gromp, wait for Yuumi, attach, and now force a fight or take the dragon. But we don't want to say, right, we're waiting for the Yuumi. Let's go, into their jungle and just try and commit all our resources. Because now you're totally split.
Right.
Nice drift, though. Nice drift.
Thank you.
Into your death, but, it looked
Right.
good. I liked it.
That knock up.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift, straight up, yeah. 2000s. But now you're going to have to give this up. Or, wait. No.
Well, so actually, thank God for Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
They split up. So instead of them actually trying to make a play here, they totally split up. Okay. No. Guys, please. In general low elo tip, if you win a fight or have 2 dead, especially the most fed member, and you have a Twitch, do not split up like this. This is suicide, because you currently have numbers. Even if you don't want to do the dragon because you feel it's risky, you should still 100% have crab control into your buff. You can re-gank bottom lane, and now you have a free dragon. But no, they just blindly walk into the Twitch and the dragon, don't they?
But there's 10 gold up that ward. 10 free gold.
Yep, I would not have done, no. Oh well, there you go. Alright. I'm seeing some people talking about the fleet. The fleet footwork on Silas is a Q max thing. Is he even maxing Q? He maxed W. Good grief. Yeah, it's a wave clear Q maxing. If you do it in the jungle as well, you can. You can actually go into Q max fleet Silas for jungle if you're focused more on farming, less on the spam ganky. Because you need the sustain as well as the damage output from the Q. Alright, so this gives you total control, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay, I would be very careful about, just so you are thinking about it, your bottom lane wants to reset. They got a lot of gold, huh? Like, if you fight this, it looks like you have a 2k gold lead, but they haven't spent 3k, so you actually have a gold deficit effectively.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you want to do it, but I think you've got to be very cautious about where everyone else is in the mid lane prior and the jungler and so on.
Okay.
Fortunately, in your situation, okay, that's an unfortunate snowball. Fortunately, in your situation, the Sylas pops on down with the TF ult. You guys should be able to secure it. But yeah, you see, like, you have a fight now, and you die, and Sylas dies again, and the Twitch really does get, you know, he's a beneficiary of the fact that you guys are the front lines, and he gets giga fed, but it's just worth noting, effective gold leads are something very important when it comes to dragon fights.
Right.
Yeah. Like, if
so
it looks...
I have an actual itemization question at some point.
Oh, I'm gonna roast you for it, don't worry.
Okay, perfect, because this Twitch actually friended me after the game.
Yeah?
And I was like, here we go, and he just like, he said I lost the game based on a single itemization decision, and I lost in the entire game, which, I mean, could be true.
I think there's a lot to be said for it. I don't think that's why you lost, though.
Okay.
I don't think you lose because of direct itemization in any game in this elo. It can affect you, it affects certain outcomes, but I think there's so many misplays. Like, this is just Fiesta. There's so many misplays that the items that are meant to be purchased aren't being optimized anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so you straight out of base, you go to top lane, you manage to get 2 kills again. You have a Herald up, so I would 100% be looking to take this.
I think that's the reason I went top lane. Yeah.
No, that's great. That's good. Why go bot again? You just took your camps, you took a dragon, the Twitch is giga fed, he inted. And when did they take this tower? I mean, they shouldn't have gone down there, but this is fine. Like, from your perspective, this is fine. Right, so early game, pretty solid. Pretty solid. A few little things here and there about staying out, pathing, counter jungling. Hopefully that made sense.
It did. No, that was great.
Let's see what happens. Hey, we're counter jungling. That's where people get lost. Yeah. What do you want to do now? What's in your mind in these games?
Oh, I hate the mid game. I mean, I don't know. I want to start grouping up with my team. Because at this point I am tankier and I want to be their front line, especially with the Twitch. I want to use the Herald that I just took, but I want to do it, and we don't end up getting this. I should want to only use it in a situation where we're going to get multiple towers, right? Because the second Herald wins the game. I don't do it in this game, but I should have tried to do that. But no, I think grouping, but we're all still in lane. I guess the point that you would make, I think, is that I haven't elevated the game state by taking a tower, and therefore we're all still in lane. Is that
yeah?
Close?
So
okay.
The reason I talked about the Herald into the mid is because, again, like previous coaching, a lot of coaching is in this elo. You are the train conductor. You just have to keep switching the tracks in the direction that you want to go by forcing them to do things. By taking mid and getting full loaded plate gold, again, like your Sylas is so fed, and look at the health of the tower. That's such a waste of plates that he didn't get. You got them. Garen didn't get them.
Yeah.
And as Nunu, we want to give them to people. Like, here, Sylas, take the plate gold. We could have taken this after he chunked and forced up both sums from the TF. By that, you can now take that. You most likely get a second charge into this tower. You can then use that to start counter jungling and warding this side of the jungle. From there, you can 4-man bottom lane repeatedly into this tower, which gives you much better and easier dragons that you wouldn't have had to fight for like you did. And now you reset, and you can say in chat, Twitch, Yuumi, go top lane. And now you go dive top lane. You stick with them. Okay. You see? And now all of a sudden you're in a mid game that's really easy to handle because you elevated the game state. You got the Sylas Giga Fed who can go to side lane with his TP and stealing TF ult. You're with the Twitch and the Yuumi to protect them. And the Garen can just go mid and spin like a fidget spinner. We don't really need him. And that you see, all the stuff we talked about sets you up for a much more pleasant mid game. A much better macro rotation. And now, I agree with you. Like, what do we do? So at this point, he wants to reset, which is unfortunate. You're just turbo sprinting across mid lane to get this crab. Twitch dies again. And this is on him. But, you know, we haven't really created this situation where Twitch is going to go anywhere else. And that's why I spoke a lot about that other stuff.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I...
And now I join them immediately. But I be careful. Like, we're not looking to fight, you're just looking to be with them. And I think I would just lay out my control wood here. If you're gonna walk through this try, just put the control wood.
Okay.
Like, you're gonna go buy another 2 anyway.
Yeah.
You put it there, but you got seen, so.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna kite back mid lane, because he TP'd. Do it. Do it. What did you do wrong?
Can you rewind it?
No, you just overchased.
Did I not detonate the
No, I'm just saying, I'm asking you if you think you did anything wrong. I think by chunking this guy here and forcing his flash out, we can just go mid. Twitch is joining us. Now let's Herald.
Okay.
Yeah, now let's Herald.
Yep. Because he has to back now.
Reverse Nunu skin win. They want to reverse Nunu skin. Yeah, see, now you can just shove down mid lane. Because now you've got, this is pre-chunked already. This guy's gone. And he's the issue. The Jarvan's a teamfight problem. Because if he locks you guys down with these two ults, you're fried.
Right.
And which is why your itemization is going to come to hand. I think you should have gone Knight's Vow.
That is exactly what he said. Yep, okay. So I had never heard of anyone using Knight's Vow on Nunu. This is partly because I apparently don't read enough forums on Nunu. But I didn't even realize that was something that people itemized on him. But I would say one of my biggest weaknesses is not knowing itemization in this game.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go Phase Rush, usually you would go Protobelt because it allows you to proc it as well. So,
true.
You know, I feel like if you're going to play the way you're playing and you want to go for that supportive style, and you want to go for the protect the Twitch, then you might as well just go Aftershock Knight's Vow. But, I mean, you still got Dead Man's Visage Knight's Vow, right? I mean, but...
Yeah.
Because I think you ignored Magic Resist. And also now, right, you used this Herald a little too late. But you did get to burn the ults from the Misfortune, which is significant. But we didn't get a second charge on the second tower, which I feel is something we really needed. So we could try and push in a bit more, and then get into the red side jungle to not only clear off camps if we have time, but to get vision. Take the plants away. Hop over the wall. Like, my mindset isn't, hey, they ulted and killed the Herald, let me go to Wolves. My mindset is, maximize the push and the fact that the Jarvan had to disappear and has no flash. Get deep vision. Take away all the plants, and now we're in a position to play around the dragon. But the problem is, they're here in a 4v2 because we didn't really put the map in a position where they can benefit.
Right.
And you doing wolves in blue.
Right. Should I... So I definitely should have stayed with them or taken the bottom... Like, I should have prepped for dragon or...
It's an extension play. You shouldn't have overchased the Jarvan. You should have used it to get double charge. Potentially 2 towers, which you then by extension use to deny plants ward, which you then use to push out this wave, which allows you to shove it into tower, which buys you time. It fills the gap between, you know, getting here and the dragon spawning. Because a lot of times you'll end up what I told you, and you'll be like 30 seconds to the dragon spawns. And then people say, well, what do we do? Reset. Oh, no, now you give away all the setup. What you can do here is push these waves out.
Okay.
And you just got to direct your team. But the last thing you want to do is have a 1 charge and go do wolves as a supportive jungler.
Sure.
But I don't think it's wrong because you're waiting for the Silas. But instead of being in position for dragon, you've given that up. Like, the fact that you overchase a Jarvan by extension has given up this dragon, which is unfortunate because you would have had soul condition. And honestly, a fire dragon to an Vel'Koz scares the living crap out of me. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Ratatat, you could have also gone Locket. Yep.
Okay, interesting. On Nunu, okay.
It's not about on Nunu, it's just about on a supportive tank. Okay. I mean, you talk about being able to stick with a Camille and things like that. If you have Protobelt, that helps you close the gap as well. Huh? And you're running Phase Rush, so you got the proc, you got the speed. But the way you're talking and the way you're playing, the way we're talking about itemization, Aftershock would have just been better, but you can play Phase Rush. It's just I don't think it was like I think now you're getting a bit like you're not tilted, but you're kind of in that what do I do? I need to kill something.
Yeah, exactly.
And the most important thing for me is the following. You go and try and collapse on a split pusher, which is a Camille. Okay? Look at this. Look what's happening on the rest of the map.
Yeah.
You know?
This could have been 4 kills and
but it was a good rotation to come on over. I mean, the Silas shouldn't have been caught, so the fact that you arrived is fine. But now let's take everything. You know? Do we?
I think he takes it. I don't have smite up.
Lucky. Okay. Okay. I mean, already just from what we've discussed, you could have set up the mid game really nicely, and we did have a nice play that gave us third dragon.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. What next? Well, okay, so it's obviously it's very long. I mean, we're not going to be here for 10,000 hours. What phase of the game do you have a question about?
We get soul condition, and we actually are pushing the base, and the inhib respawns with one more shot from Twitch. So that was annoying. And then the last fight, I think I played badly, and I wanted to ask if I know mostly what I did wrong.
Okay.
But what would you have done at that last fight at Baron?
Okay, so I'm gonna go through the notable things here. Now you give up third dragon, again defending the Camille, it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, this is unfortunate, but basically in a split push here, you need someone who has TP who can match the Camille, which in this case is the Silas. But at the same time, you know, if you see her, the last thing you want to do is sort of take your fed members and your tank and your support to chase down a Camille, because every time you do that, they're going to group up and just shove objectives and towers. So this is the second time you've gone for Camille, and they just get a tower forward. And now you have to disappear anyway, you know? And now you have to rotate down to this. So again, like, you've given up position on the dragon. The Silas has now lost really his effective lead, and now you're in a bit of a bind. Why did you lose the Baron?
Yeah,
you're stuck. You guys are stuck. You see the importance of that mid herald to open the map? Like, this is what avoids all this nonsense.
Yep.
Because this is dead, and this is dead, and this is dead, and this is dead. I mean, there's been no rotations up here. So elevating the game state, I think you hit the nail on the head, is big time your problem. Yeah. And again, like, we're going for the Camille. At least. And Twisted Fate ulted, yeah. So I'm gonna call that a Baron throw there. This would have gotten the Saturday's video. 100%. Okay, so the Twitch and the Yumi as well. This is like the first example, guys, from the Saturday video. First, someone gets caught out, then someone else gets caught out, then someone else gets caught out, and then you lose the Baron.
Yeah, no, that did happen.
And we snowball the wall. But also, I mean, like, if you're gonna go AP in this build, I understand Leandri's is nice, and Protobelt should be your. If you're gonna do this build, you know. But again, in the Discord, ping us, ping the mods. We'll see what our resident Nunu D1 Master Chief expert has to say.
Yeah, that would be excellent.
He'll discuss with you all itemization situations.
Okay.
So the last fight, this one.
Yes.
Okay.
No. The one after this. There's a Baron fight right before they kill our Nexus. We're one man down, but so this is where we just got forced off.
Okay, so you make a pick. So you make a pick on the Camille, but you don't have Silas and you don't have Garen, and they have 4 people up. Yeah, I don't think I would do this. I would trap this if anything, but I don't think I would do it.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm looking at the nature of the macro here, you have all inhibs up, and the worst thing you can do is start a Baron, which gives you magic resist debuff against a freaking Vel'Koz.
Yeah. Maybe that was
okay. So you disengage, which is good. Okay, let's see. You've lost armor as well, but that magic resist debuff is what I'm really concerned about because, you have Spirit Visage now. Okay, right, here we go.
So Silas pings that his TP is ready.
Okay.
And he starts coming in.
All right.
My thought process is I'll go in and then we'll collapse on them, and I'm thinking we're ahead and we have Dragon Soul, so I'm thinking this should be an easy cleanup.
Yeah, you got Soul. Yeah. The problem is they just dodge your snowball out and put you in the vortex. So I talk about with assassins, and I don't know how many people remember the video, guys, from 2017 on the Blue Cane, but I mention it every time I talk about assassins. Suction effect. By going in and engaging as an assassin, like if I'm a Rengar, right, or a Blue Cane, and I flank from these sides, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill the Vel'Koz. The whole team will then be like, uh-oh, protect Vel'Koz, or uh-oh, protect Misfortune, if they're playing with their eyes open. And that's good suction effect because I will 100% kill 1 or 2 people. And while I'm doing that, I can survive long enough through ults, through stasis, through some kind of mechanic that allows my Twitch and team to clean up. In your case, because you built a very squishy Leandri's Torment, if you don't hit your full combo and damage on the backline, it doesn't really do anything. And if you get sucked in, what do? You die.
Die.
You die.
Yep.
You went in too soon.
Okay.
it's great you disengaged. I'm very happy you did. Okay. But like here you wouldn't normally go Knights Vow or lock it, but that's very much about our win conditions, isn't it? This guy's 28, 7, and 7.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
Are you the win condition? No.
No.
I just want to keep him alive. So by steamrolling down the river before the TP comes in, you're effectively fighting 3v4. Your Twitch also doesn't have his ambush ready. 0.4 seconds. Okay. So he's not even ready to follow you. No one is able to follow you. So you go in, and it's very easy for him to yellow card you. Boom, caught midair. And for him to chain stun with you if necessary, and you will just die at this point in the game. Boom, true damage combo from Valkaz, you're dead. Now he's ready to go. Now the Sylas is ready to flank. But the problem is their tank is dead, which means they now will just turbo focus whoever's in front of them. And this is a very good E by the Valkaz to stifle the Sylas. But everyone else is just caught straight up in the Jarvan combo, and you guys get team fighted down. Like, you do not want this kind of team fight versus that team comp.
Okay.
Like that's just GG. Like they don't even need to do the Baron; they can just end. Yeah, I think
do.
Which they do. Yeah. I think it's really good that you sort of managed to eke out the soul, that you managed to break this, but the fact that this still stands is upsetting because this should have been dead at like 12 minutes. You know.
Right.
But yeah, I think a little bit of patience here for you would have been really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, just wait until it's in. Wait for them to distract their focus a bit. So you have a more accurate path to get to the Valkos or the MF. Counterpoint, you could also simply try and W the Jarvan to disrupt his combo. Because if he lands a full combo on the Twitch, he's dead, because Twitch is no flash.
And I wasn't paying attention to my team's summoners, and that was my fault as well.
It's up in 11 seconds.
Yeah, I see that right now.
Like, you don't want to fight until it's up. At all.
Okay.
Because as you saw what happened, it's almost unnatural.
Yeah. I was surprised they burst me out that far.
They don't need Soul to do that, you know. They benefit way more from two. That's where these two suck. Because, you know, the plus 4%, plus 8%, it is additive, right?
Right.
I believe so.
Right there.
So, oh, actually can't remember now. I'm brain fighting. The point more is that, you know, it's unnecessary to give them this anyway. Like, you should have had enough map control that this soul is yours, that the dragon that came at 27 was an elder, which you could have easily secured and then just, you know, because it looks like you got very close.
Yeah.
So if you have those little tweaks in the mid game and so on, you are able to get elder, you are able to win those fights easily before they get to this point. But you almost just baited them in a little bit. I don't think you having Knight's Vow that changes anything, by the way.
Okay.
Because you're dead.
That's true.
You can have Locket, you can have Knight's Vow, you can have all the supportive items in the universe. Nothing was saving that Twitch because you were dead. And now they can just run it down. Yeah. Yeah, interesting game though. Yeah, I mean, look, if you told me to just judge your jungling, I'd say we're talking more like low goal jungling, you know, in terms of what the things we're talking about.
Oh, wonderful.
So you're on the right track there. I mean, I think Twitch chat would agree as well. They watch a lot of these and a lot of different elos. The things we spoke about, we don't normally talk about in Silver, like sequencing and elevating game state. Like the elevating game state, when I brought it up, is more a passive idea to low elo. It's like you elevated the game state. They didn't think about elevating the game state. You know, they just did it, or it just happens because of XYZ. You know, in your case, it was like you were actively thinking about it.
Can I ask you a question about elevating game states?
Yeah.
So I know that there's some contention between when you should elevate the game state, and it's purely based on how fed they are, right? Like you don't want to elevate the game state with a Nasus, right? Because they ideally want to farm.
Yeah.
But with Sylas, the reason that I should have elevated that game state is he was so far ahead, he was roaming already.
Yes.
It was just going to give him
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas elevating it with Garrett wouldn't have done much.
It's win conditions. You look at this. We got a TF, we got a Jarvan, and we've got a Valkaz and Misfortune. Would you think it's fun to get to 40 minutes versus them in a team fight? With a Twitch? No. No one is going to say, yes, that sounds like a good time. Because if he has no flash, he's dead. Which was the case. Is your peel enough to disrupt a Jarvan and 3 ults? No. The better thing for you in this case actually would have been to be like Blue Cane. The only thing saving Twitch was you just killing these two over and over and over again so that they don't get to exist. But as Nunu, we do not want to get to 35, 40 minutes, as you saw. In another team comp with mobile ADCs, yeah, it's better, but this guy was avocado toasted.
With respect to rune choices, so I've been switching between Aftershock and Phase Rush.
Yeah.
Should I have identified that Twitch was a hyper carry, or was likely a hyper carry if you got ahead, and then taken Aftershock? Is that the thinking I should have had? I
think having Aftershock, if you wanted to be more supportive, is good. If you wanted to play the way you played, and you actually got a lead, right, with the Phase Rush, and you did as you did, and you elevated with Silas and now roamed the map with Phase Rush and Proto Belt, it's fine. But the nature of the game, the way you played after the mid game, was such that Aftershock, nice found more supportive, would have been a better option. At the same time, you also can look into the domination secondary, I think. Triumph and attack speed don't really bring much. Do they work and do they have a good win rate statistically? I'm checking. Yes, they do. But, you know, that whole cheap shot, eyeball, relentless is just so strong as well.
Okay. I'll try that out then.